lot of you, I'm sure, I get sometimes depressed about the state of the internet. And something that strikes me a lot is that how, despite the fact that there is more people on the internet than ever before, and it's gonna continue to grow even more, and yet it feels so empty sometimes. Not only because I talked about it a few videos ago, because of the slop content or the very shallow content, but sometimes when you have even like I have interests that goes that go a bit deep sometimes, like niches or even not so much. As long as you deviate a little bit from the mainstream, you get places where, for example, there is like not many people talking, or there is topic where even on very big sites like Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, you would think that people follow those topics or those ideas that you see emerging. For example, you see something that happens to me a lot is I see a trend forming, and I'm looking for people talking about the trend, and I see no one because because probably it's in my bubble. People need to people need to catch up to to this trend and have something to say about it, and yet still feel like very unsettling that that's the it doesn't seem like there is a lot of people on any different subject. If it was distributed equally, the uh, it would probably not be the case. But a lot of subjects seems to be very barren when it comes to online discourse, and I'm really talking about current online discourse specifically. So not, for example, articles that were written like a few years ago, but like actual discussion on certain topic. And I attribute that. So sometimes I get depressed about it, and I attribute that. I realize that actually the thing that is the piece that is missing is not that there is like not many people on the internet, of course, but I would attribute the problem mostly to search engine. So as you may know, I'm sure you have noticed that, for example, Google search hasn't been the best, especially for finding websites or from written by people. For example, I often think about a blog post I read, and I try to find the name, or rather, I try to find the link because I have the name exactly, and I have the of the article, not the website, and I just cannot find it. There is like a bunch of if I search about something movement, for example, recently something that happened to me was that um, I just saw like yoga poses instead of the intellectual movement I was looking for. That was a very niche one, and I was unsure of the term. And that's part of the issue. But it doesn't stop at Google at all. At Google search, for example, on Twitter, on X, on Instagram, on or any kind of social website like this, you are kind of, how do you say that? You are very victim to the algorithm. So you have to hope that the algorithm will bring you something you're looking for, or that there is other people talking about like that will bring forward like current discussion about certain topic you care about. But you have to really trust the algorithm for that, and it's very bad at this job, especially if you want to look for something outside of your bubble for once. So you go to search, for example, and the problem with, for example, for example, on Twitter, you need to search for a specific term, and often, like, if you look for art, you see people like talking about the war of art, or the like other kind of the art of the deal. They talk about things that are really not relevant, and even people who actually talk about life as an artist, for example, they wouldn't use like just the keyword art all the time. So you are kind of stuck with a very old search engine that seems like a decade behind what the algorithm is capable of. So the algorithm possibly used to search very effectively by semantic instead of just raw term or word combination, this kind of thing. Something that feels very archaic compared to what we can do right now with the algorithm. So this makes it so that if you're looking for any kind of current discussion, same thing on Instagram, it's very bad as well. if you're looking for a discussion, you really need to rely either on hashtag. I'm on Fediverse, for example, where hashtag is like a band-aid on this kind of problem, but it's not perfect at all. I wish we could just search by semantic or have better ways to search, but I don't see any way to. I don't see any interest in doing so. I feel very. I don't think that a lot of people are thinking about it. That's what I'm thinking. More people think about algorithm or going away from algorithm, but not really how to patch it, how to make content discoverable online. And that's kind of depressing to me. But I will close this video with like a glimmer of hope, because I think the solution to it, if algorithms are unreliable and only serve you what you have seen before, or something that they think you can spend time with, and if search engines are very much archaic or they're just not effective anymore, the only solution we have is curation. So human curation of, for example, links, resources, or anything about a specific topic. So for example, I have someone noticed my blog roll, for example, on my website. That's one way to do it. I don't really maintain it, but having repository of links, I see a lot of them popping up, some small initiative like this to make content discoverable, and it's very nice, and I'm very happy that there is something about it. But what you can do about this is just to share things with your friend, typically. If you have a group, so either a Discord group, Reddit group, subreddit, sorry, or Facebook group, something like this, you can just take more initiative to bring content to them. So if you find something cool online, share it with people. In my newsletter, I love to share like funny links I saw this week, or like artists I love, etc. I really would recommend you to take the initiative and help people find content that is outside of their bubble, outside of their algorithm. And I think that's really the way forward while we are figuring out how to build better alternative for content discoverability.